Welcome to the Gooners Podcast, live episode from Highbury. We've met.
Finally.
And it looks like we're in two different places. It looks like this is like a thing where I'm in the kitchen and he's not in the kitchen, but we will make out just to show you that no, we are actually here together. It's love. It was made to be. It's been better than we ever expected it could be. And there's no good reason that we're doing this right now other than to talk to you, the Arsenal supporter, the person who apparently finds us mildly interesting. And we met a lot of you in the
at our meet and greet.
At our meet and greet, which has basically been over the past few days of just meeting and greeting each other. And so this is gonna be an open mic thing, and we've already got one member who has physically experienced me. He hasn't experienced Owen.
He will physically experience me someday.
He will physically experience Owen someday.
I will physically experience all over him.
Before we bring on our esteemed guest from who I have seen without a shirt. And it was in the afternoon. It wasn't even like in the middle of the night when we were fucking.
I'm a little bit weirded out at the fact that I lay with that dude was sitting.
Well, you're on the other couch. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you were on the couch where Canton stayed.
Yeah.
Steve was on the other couch, and Steve's on the couch that is now known as the Ola couch.
Yeah.
My couches have been being used more than things that get used a lot. But all right, so we're gonna talk about some shit. Look. This has been a week to remember. It's been for Owen. It's been a day to remember. It's been a week and a day, basically.
Yeah.
We had 7 days worth of fun in 24 hours. So let's start with this. And Steve, we'll bring you on in a couple minutes. Think of different paint shades while you wait.
Or different half and half scarves.
Yeah, different half and half scarves. Different shades of paint. While we wait. So, Owen, you flew in. Your plane had a problem, and the problem wasn't that it was going to see Mike, although that's a big problem.
A huge problem.
Tell us. So you wake up like at 3 a.m. on a Friday morning,
Thursday/Friday,
and what happens?
Yeah. And Ryanair, as everybody in the UK will know, at the best of times is like.
That's Ryan Air for everyone else that's listening. Not Ryan
No, it's not.
Ryan Ur is Ryan Rocastle. Ryan Ur. That's different. That's not the Ryan Ur that he's talking about.
And it's the cheapest at the best of the times, but it's not that cheap that it doesn't have windscreen wipers, which I never thought would be a big necessity on an airplane. You think like you're going that fast that it will, but no. Apparently, windscreen wipers are massively important. So we had to disembark, and
I hate unbarking.
I love barking. I love barking.
I love barking. I hate disembarking though.
I love impinging.
I love bowling, and I hate disemboweling.
Yeah.
Impinging is pretty important, as we found out tonight in the Manchester City game. But
yeah.
All right. So your flight was impinged.
Impinged.
It was impinged by a lack of working
windscreen wipers.
Equipment.
Yeah.
Let's say. All right.
Yeah.
So that cost you how much? Time, not money.
About an hour.
An hour.
An hour.
It cost him an hour. I woke up because all right. So I'm in bed. I had a nice Thursday night. I took it easy. I had a couple glasses of wine. I picked up my tickets for Friday. Had some pasta. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed because Owen's coming in tomorrow, and I'm excited. I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I start looking at my phone, and getting ready for Owen, and he says nothing.
Mm-hmm. I'm
left to understand that the flight is delayed on my own, and so that's. I mean, it was crazy. Sai in the chat is asking how drunk we are. I think you'll find out as we go along.
Find?
Yeah, you're going to find out as we go along. that it is the end of an evening. It is 2:45. All right, so this interview is going great. You're on the. Did you get on the plane, or did you not get on the plane?
No, obviously I got on the plane.
Did you walk over here?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I was gonna walk. I got ripped off by the National Bus Express.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck yous.
Yeah, and then I found out that that you didn't really want to even walk to meet me whatsoever. Like I made the journey the whole way here.
Look,
and Mike was like, "Fuck you." It was. Do you know, like in 24, the way that Keith Sutherland message.
I gave him clues. Like
turn left on Avondale.
It was a choose your own adventure thing. I told him how to get to my place, and then he fucking texts me 7 different things that he's learned from other people about what he's gonna do. That's the opposite of what I told him he should do. I'm like, just take the fucking Stansted Express to Tottenham Hale, take it to the thing, and take the fucking tube to Arsenal, and I'll meet you there. And he's like, oh.
I might walk.
I might go to Stratford and then take the overground to Highbury. Were you fucking with me when you said that? All right, because he almost lost me as a friend when he said that. I'm like, you are not listening. No one, and I mean no one, knows London transport better than Magic Mike. So, all right. So anyway, he shows up at Arsenal. I'm like, well, I'm not there. I start giving him these little breadcrumbs. I'm like, my goal was basically
walk as minimal as possible.
That and be as fucking Johnny Big Bollocks as I could, and have the moment that Owen and I meet be me walking out of the front of the fucking marble halls of Highbury, and I pulled it off.
Have you got it?
No, I don't have anything. Okay. No. Well, from your perspective, was it just douchey?
It was really weird. Do you want to know? And I said this immediately to you, which was that it's really weird seeing you in 3D form. It really freaked me out. It's like you look much more Jewish than I expected.
I mean, I'm 3 times as fat as anyone expects when they see me in person, but the Judaism thing, I just assumed I looked as Judaism as I possibly can.
And what about role reversals? What did you think when you first met?
I'm like, all of his hair is one length. I'm like, I didn't expect that, but I'm looking through the little fucking.
You said it was taller than you thought.
You were taller than I thought. We have the video that gets us demonetized all the time, even though we don't monetize it. So, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to play it again. This is what I think of when I think of Owen. And he was nothing like that. It turns out he looks like this. So he was handsome.
Tall.
He was tall. He didn't love my big fucking reveal of myself.
What are we talking about here?
Well, just me coming out of the fuck. I mean, how many times do you meet your idol? Okay. Well, that's maybe a bit presumptuous. How many times do you meet one of your friends for the first time, walking out of the marble halls of Highbury? I mean,
5 times.
About 5 times.
Yeah.
So me and Ola and 4 of your other and the other 4 guys that you bought beers for last night. All right, so that happens, and now now we've met, and it's fine, and within 10 minutes, he's ironing clothes. He's ironing clothes on this ironing board. Yeah, he's got an iron. I haven't ironed clothes since 1994. Since Nam, and since the Nixon administration, and he's ironing clothes. But that just shows you how much of a guy he is. I mean, he's got things to do and people to see. He's a real one. I'm a guy who orders T-shirts that don't get delivered, and I don't. And once they don't get delivered, I don't iron them. So he's ironing clothes, and then basically it's a full English after that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Full English.
Almost got hit by a truck.
Full English at Little Wonder Cafe. Touristy, but look, you got to do it. You got to go. As we're walking out, I think that the place gets invaded by multiple cars smashing through the window, but apparently it was a lorry.
A lorry, yeah.
It was a lorry, not Lori Ziegler.
A truck.
It was a truck. It was a big fat truck going over the sidewalk
Into a bollard.
Into Jimmy Bullard.
Not Jimmy Bullard.
No, it was a Jimmy. He was going like this. It was Jimmy Bullard, and I fucking thought that the Little Wonder Cafe had been invaded by
We were like, oh
by an automobile.
We're gonna be on the news.
We're gonna be on the news as the last Jews to ever
I'm not
be.
Jewish.
Well, I don't care about you. To the last people to ever be in the fucking Little Wonder before that thing happened, and it turned out it was just something that probably happens like twice a day.
And then I figured out why there's no bins in what do you call that train station?
No bins in the train station. It's because of his people.
My people. Sorry about that, people.
Yeah. So all right. So then it's the pub. I mean, this is our game day. This is Friday morning. Yeah, I'm describing the time from Friday morning at like 8:30 a.m. to now we're up to 11:45.
Yeah.
And it's time for the pub.
Perfect time.
So Owen introduces me to a pub I've never been at before, and it's fantastic.
The Falter and Fullback.
Great pub. It's in the area of the 12 pins,
It's got bad pain.
But a little further back. They don't let you know when there's fresh paint on the banisters or the what do we call that? The knob.
No, the banisters.
I had paint on my knob, which is apparently not what you want, and it was bad. So yeah, once I licked that off, I had for the second time in my life I had a Guinness.
Oh,
I had a Guinness. The first time was in the honor of the great Dave Faber, aka Gunnar Hallett.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace. Love you. I had a Gunnar. I had a Guinness in his honor, and this tells you how special you are to me. The second time was for you.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good. It's pretty good.
It was a good Guinness.
It was all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
How was it compared to? I mean, you're an Irish man, right?
There's actually a website,
right?
Mike. I think so.
Okay.
I'm
just making sure because he's misrepresented himself in many ways. So I'm just trying to make sure we have that straight. I did not mean to play that.
It's it's Guinness is a funny thing because, like I said, you need a good first pint. It's like the ritualistic first pint, and it was flawless, I'll say. And I've been really surprised at the Guinness in London. Like, there's a website out there and an Instagram page called I think it's Horrible Guinness London or something, or Bad Pints London or some shit.
Bad Pints London.
They look horrible.
Just pictures of me everywhere on that.
But shout out to Martin in the
it's not that the pints are bad. It's that when you have a pint with me, it's just going to be bad.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
God, it does look like we're on a fucking split screen right now. Like we're gonna just every 5 minutes we're gonna have to just go like this.
Yeah, I think we should bring our guest in to discuss the rest of this.
Well, okay, we will. But, all right.
Yeah, but fuck that guy.
Well, we will. I wish he was here on yesterday because the fucking time I had with him on Monday was excellent. All right, yeah, we don't want to keep him here, Stevie.
Yo,
having that's weird. Okay, that's also I was expecting a threesome because there's three people, but I forgot that that Owen was with me. So Steve, having spent the night at my place, you can understand his excitement in arriving on Friday.
absolutely. What I'm interested in, you're talking about like first impressions and what you expected and how it was. How was that with me?
So anyway. No, bro, Monday night. Oh, it was fantastic. I mean, I will say that I didn't count on waking up at 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon and seeing you shirtless in my apartment. It was great. And
Thank you.
And I appreciate you turning my oven off before we burnt down Highbury.
Yeah.
You are responsible for it. Highbury would have burnt down this week if not for Big Steve. And so I think we first need to just say thank you to Steve Warrington for preventing what would have been a humanitarian and an arsonitarian disaster.
Would it have gone down as arson though? Whee.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, we would have committed accidental arson Wenger.
No, Monday was great. I to be fair, I thought you were going to be taller. I imagined you being taller.
Me?
Yeah.
How much taller could I be without fucking pulling muscles?
I don't know. Thing is, I'm quite short. I'm 5'7". Like
you were shorter than I thought you would
way.
be. Yeah, he was shorter than I thought he would be.
Yeah.
You could suck my no.
I mean, how tall are you?
Like 8 foot.
He's taller than I thought.
Okay, well at least I won't get bruised knees.
He's taller than I thought. You were shorter than I thought.
Yeah.
I'm exactly how tall I thought I was. I knew exactly how tall I was going to be, and I still surprised myself.
A big shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way.
Yeah.
Ray Anderson,
Ramon,
just Ray Anderson again.
Yeah. Ray Anderson, Ramon, Ray Anderson, Ray Anderson.
Wait, can I ask this here? Ray, you've been listening to us for so long. This is an open mic show, buddy.
Yeah, get on.
Get on and talk to us, Ray.
Yeah, get on. GoonerOpenMic.com is live right now. I just farted. Everything's good. This is just
mate. So the other day, because obviously Tom stayed with us. When
Tom from Richmond
and made the Terence and Phillip reference, I loved it. I was so glad because none of my friends watch South Park. So when he farted and made this Terence and Phillip reference, I was just in my element. Because then when I farted, I could make a reference, and it was.
See, people think that podcasters never fart.
We
just
do this. We just sneakily mute our mic.
I mean, look. I mean, I've never heard the Tuesday Club talk about farting. I might have missed the episode where they talked about that. Most of the time, as much as I love Sophie and Kev, they're not busy farting on Highbury Squad.
Sophie is.
You'll never,
Kevin Campbell's too efficient to fart.
Kevin Campbell doesn't have an anus. He's way too cool to have an anus. I have two to make up for Kevin Campbell. But no, I mean, like this is the podcast where you end up with the farting.
Can I say something, Steve? You look great, buddy.
Yes,
like insanely good.
As I mean, he literally ripped his shirt off. It wasn't because the oven was left on and it was 40 degrees centigrade in here, and it wasn't because like he was just feeling really comfortable. He was like, I am so hot this morning. I need to show Mike what I have.
I heard a rumor, Mike. And do you want to know? I need to show Mike what
I'm dealing with.
Do you want to know what it is? I heard that Steve is actually the star behind Fake Taxi.
It is, and as of about
we were talking about Fake Taxi, weren't we?
As of about 6 days ago, I have enrolled in Steve's OnlyFans account.
Come on, that's secret. We can't mention secret OnlyFans accounts, Mike.
No, we're not gonna do that, and we're not gonna even then also talk about other things. All right, so it's great that you're here because we're talking about the first, when I think there's a movie called When Michael Met Owen, with with Meg,
It's out on
Meg
Pornhub.
Ryan and Billy Crystal. And,
Yeah. I think like we've got some photographs. Shall we throw up some shit?
oh yeah.
And we can talk through it. And Steve, you can throw your opinion over on
We
some
should
of this
talk
stuff.
about fake Uber and Abubakar.
No,
Abubakar. Yeah.
He
I
was
think-
so
I think
angry.
what we're gonna have to do here.
fake kebab.
We're giving a bonus because we're gonna have to go back to Monday now before
Yeah.
we can even talk about Friday.
Yeah.
Friday was epic, but
I
but
wish I was there, man. But I was gigging Thursday evening and
Friday was beyond epic. But we got to talk about Monday because Abubakar Warrington was in the house. Is there any story behind leaving the oven on? I went to heat up. I went to heat up some kebabs. I took up the kebabs. I ate the kebabs.
James Johnson's in the chat. James.
Oh, James, get in here, man.
Get in here, buddy. The link's on, what is it?
Yeah, GoonerOpenMic.com. James, we need to hear from you because you're the one person I'm staying here for another 3 weeks just so I can meet. But yeah, Sai, the story is I was drunk and I forgot to turn the oven off. That's the story. And then 16 hours later, Steve
was
because Tom left at 9 o'clock.
Warm.
Tom left at about 9, and I was still like.
I woke up 8 times that morning, wondering whether either or both of you were still staying in our.
I didn't want to rush off. Like I knew you said you'd get up late.
I wanted you to rush off.
I got that impression. Don't worry.
No,
I was just like, I'm not. You know, you've come all this way. I've come up. I wasn't obviously coming up.
Let's have a nice moment together the next day.
Yeah. Well, no, I wanted to. You know, I wanted to say goodbye. I wanted to.
Chuck, Steve, and he did. He's ruthless.
Yeah, you didn't want to be discarded that easily. All right.
Yeah,
so
well, I mean, I knew Tom was seeing you again, so he went off.
So we went to bed at
about 5 o'clock.
5:30. All right, and so I slept until 2 p.m.
Yeah, I got up about 20 to 2, and I sorted myself out.
I mean, I thought maybe you had work the next day or you had a gig or something like that. No such luck.
No. But I think I must have been one of the only people in the Emirates on Monday night with a clean set of boxers and socks in their bag. I was like, if I'm coming to London, I'm walking around London, there's no way I'm wearing the same sweaty ass boxer shorts the next day. And I'm staying with Mike, so I was like, right.
So that was like a bare minimum of changing that you.
Yeah, and you're not the only person that left London that day with dirty boxes and dirt and whatever it is.
I'm just glad that when they checked my bag, they didn't really like. This is the thing I don't get with the Emirates, right? And they did it last time.
If they had checked your bag, they would have
bag. Well, they're supposed to. And when I came up for the Norwich game, they just sort of
they would have looked in there and they've been like, you're staying with Mike, aren't you?
They don't even check the bags properly. It's like I could have had bombs in there. Like
I always reckon you could like have an RPG in your bag, and they would be
well,
like,
I mean, it's not that
big, buddy.
Everyone that checks their bag at the Emirates with underwear in it is staying with me.
Yeah.
Basically,
this guy's sensible.
Yeah, they're like, you're staying with Mike.
Highbury.
Yeah. I mean,
you're staying with Mike. You're staying with Mike from the Gooners podcast.
And Mike, can we talk about the fact that like we were so flooded? Like, how long did it take us to get from the Armory into the stadium because of pictures?
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to Friday. We're still talking about Monday.
Monday was good. So yeah, I mean, obviously, we went to the Coronet. We then went to the Tolly. We were there for hours. Then the game. You know, less said about the game, better.
Were you surprised by how few people came up to me in awe? No one came up to me in awe. They actually came up to me and they were like, they came up to me and they were like, oh, he looks so pathetic.
That's what they came up to. You're smaller than I thought.
Yeah. You're fatter and lonelier than I thought you would be.
It was nice to see people knowing who you were. Like, obviously, you've not been over for a while, but it's either they even know you from the podcast or from Gooners versus Cancer, or just because you're Magic Mike,
or because or because they've met me 9 times before and those were the people who knew
yeah,
I.
yeah. But
It's
no,
always
so, I mean,
nice when it's always nice when people I've met 9 times before know who I am.
Yeah.
It's
Well, yeah.
great.
But
It's great.
it was a good day. It was a good day. I mean, for the most part, I was stood there just be like, hi, don't know you yet, don't know you yet. Hi.
Fun time though. I mean, it's super fun. I mean, look,
It was sitting on the pitch having a few beers when they
on
actually turned up.
Monday. Let's drop some names, okay, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Abubakar.
Abubakar
Youssef.
Abubakar. These are our Uber drivers for the evening. Abubakar and Youssef were phenomenal. I almost
Youssef
got
wasn't.
In a fight with
I almost got in a fight with the guy last night, so we'll talk about that.
Well, yeah, Abubakar was kicking off, wasn't he? He went to go around the other side.
It was kicking off with Abubakar. My boobs were in his car, and he was not happy with it. But yeah. So Monday night was Elliot, Clive, James. Basically, everyone at the Tollington was named James.
Apart from me, I'm Steve.
It was a Steve. It was a star-studded arrangement going on, and look, you know, I'm just me, but I like them. I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a big guy. And no, but it was just nice. It was a perfect mix between those cunts that you love hanging out with, and then people that you see on television, like Nani, and then people that were like, hey, I'm here to see Mike, and you're like, wait, you're too famous to know Mike.
Cunt.
Yeah, exactly. So I signed a lot of autographs. Sorry, so and then we're not going to talk about the game Monday night because it was shit. And then we went back to the Pins afterwards, which was a mistake. We should have gone back to the fucking Tollington, but we did. So Monday
Pins
night
was good though. Pins was good, apart from that weird metal guy.
Hey, Chris?
No.
There was a weird.
My friend Tom. You will be seeing Tom on the podcast, by the way. We've decided Tom is coming on the podcast.
Tom was great. Great.
Tom's good people. He can talk. He can talk until you don't want him to talk anymore.
And then talk some more.
And then he'll talk more. He makes friends like this, and they're not always the people that I want to be hanging out with. No. I texted all of you, and I'm like, we're going to go back, but this motherfucker is not coming with us.
Yeah.
I don't care how much leather he's wearing. He's not coming with us. And he didn't come with us. And
so you want to Iron Maiden's orgasm?
Like we snuck out.
Not Iron Maiden is cool metal. He was like Black Dahlia Murder, like Finnish black metal, and he was in the part.
Yeah.
In the 12
by Finnish black metal, you mean he was like from Finland,
like Finnish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like it's over quickly.
That was one of the like. So when he said he was finished, I was like, "Finished? We're just getting started."
Oh my god! That's so
I was so like, I was so chuffed with that. But like, only Mike heard it.
Dude, I fucking love that. Like, I love that because that's something I would say, and then people would be like, "We hate you." But no, that was.
But
great.
no one else picked up on it, and I was so disappointed.
Legend. You were like,
Steve started like taking applications for oral sex.
Right. Now we'll have to talk about something. Okay, so right now we're done talking about Monday. Okay, and then we're gonna get on to Friday, which was yesterday.
Did you sit on the pitch at Highbury drinking? Though?
I sat on a few things. The pitch wasn't running.
No, we haven't done that yet.
But what we're going to talk about
Monday,
what we're going to talk about next is something we haven't talked about on our own podcast and everybody else's podcast, and that's this thing, which is the FCA award for the best charitable campaign. And I might just throw out there how proud I am, not only to be somebody who's holding this award, but sitting beside the guy that got us the award. Through the work rate, the relentlessness for torturing us, making us do stuff. But
I asked you to do stuff.
And the photo, Tom Canton put it up.
The video.
The video, but he freeze framed the moment that you found out. And the complete shock on your face was priceless. What did it mean to you to win this?
You know,
No big
it's
deal.
just another thing. No, ain't nothing but a thing. No, it's first of all, thank you for that, and I love when you and Jared and honestly Mike and Andy should be doing it more. When you say we, I like to hear that because it is a we now, and yeah, Goodness versus Cancer got recognized and
On the world stage, Mike.
I mean, I don't know whether it's the world stage or not, but for whatever stage these things are, it's the one. This FCA awards for the last 5 or 6 years, I've been paying attention to these awards because we've been trying to like get nominated for this stupid podcast that we do, and it's grown from being something that was like really kind of douchey and like
stupid.
It meant nothing. This year it meant a lot because the event this year was top class. Not black tie, but like high class,
high profile,
5-star hotel, high profile. Sky Sports is there. The Athletic was winning awards.
Tom Canton was
winning third place in a amazing category. I'm not saying that. I'm not taking the piss. He won third place in a category where he had no business being in the category to begin with.
Yeah, it was so stacked.
And like
Arsenal Vision
winning.
Ogden won something, didn't he?
Fogden.
Fogden won.
Fuck Fogden and his dad.
I don't know anything about Fogden, but I know that he won and he was there. Like that event, if it wasn't already, for me, obviously, it gained legitimacy this year. And given that, I think this is the first year that they did a charitable award, and to win that was phenomenal.
When you think back, Mike, to the time that you sort of the conception of Gunners v Cancer, when you were sitting thinking, fuck it, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna try and raise a little bit of money, to think that it's gone to the point now where you're pushing $25,000 within one campaign, you're collecting awards, the recognition. What's that feel like now?
It was never about. I mean, whether it was 25,000 or we did 21,000 last year, we should do about the same this year.
Easy.
Whether it's the point is that I just wanted it to catch on. I wanted people to like look forward to it year after year. I want it eventually to become football versus cancer instead of Gunners versus cancer. And I said that at the event. I'm going to need a lot of help for that. But it doesn't. I mean, cancer knows no rivalries and no fucking crest. That's exactly what I said on the stage. I'm like, there's no crest. There's no it affects everybody. I just happen to try to essentially bring together a common group of people who could all like support each other and see how that went. And it's been amazing. And the response has been amazing. The fact that we're getting notoriety is amazing. I hope to be able to capitalize on that. And if you're listening to this and somehow you don't know about it, go to goonersvcancer.com because we're in the final stages of this year's campaign and we're trying to hit our goal. But yeah, Owen's an example of somebody who just jumped on and said, I'm gonna take it upon myself to help with this. And he is every bit as much of a part of it as I am for thinking of the idea in the first place. So this is yours, man.
No,
this is yours. I'm gonna hit you over the head with it. Then I'm gonna lick your ear. I'm gonna get really. I'm sorry.
When are you doing the prize draws, by the way?
As of now, we're closing the raffle at the end of October. There may be a change to that because my schedule has gotten kind of weird, and I'm here longer than I thought I would be, and I'm busier than I thought I would be. So I haven't really been able to like do that normal. Last year during COVID, I was in lockdown in October, and I put everything I had into like the final push. I just haven't been able to do that because I've been over here. So. We'll see what happens, but thank you, Alex. And Alex has contributed by being part of our FIFA tournament. There's one of many events that we have.
Yeah, Alex.
That's going on. James has contributed by being an amazing person.
With great hair.
With great hair. He's the opposite. He's the opposite of her. But yeah. So anyway, I did
It's
not expect
fantastic.
you to do that.
No. But stop being such a soft cock. So what we're gonna do now is Mike has some stills, I think. So we're gonna move on to start talking about Friday. So Mike, we met for the first time, which was
We talked about that at the
we
beginning of the
talked,
show.
yes, a bit strange. We'll move on to a bit further in the afternoon to 12 o'clock. Should we start there?
12 o'clock, the drinking
Yeah,
begins.
we got up to the pub.
12 o'clock, the drinking begins, and I decide to share the tradition of the Guinness. I'm not a Guinness guy, but I'm a person, and I'm like,
you know how much that means to
if
me.
Guinness is important to him, then it's important to me. And so I'm like, I'll have one of these motherfuckers, which is what they're called in Ireland, motherfucking Guinnesses and shit. And it was good. It was pretty good. And then I got paint on my hand, and it was
from the knob.
From the knob, and yeah. So yeah. What do we have here? Hold on. No, we're skipping too far forward there. All right. So we go from faltering fullback, then we go over to. It's then basically the same thing that we did on Monday.
The Witherspoons.
From faltering fullback, it's 2 p.m. at Spoons at the Cornet. Hoggy, Kate, the lovely Kate. And what, are you burping or farting? What are you doing?
It's because obviously I have less of a stomach when I drink anything.
Oh yeah.
Fizzy. It just
he literally has less of a stomach.
Yeah.
I thought
so loud. Sorry.
I thought that was a reaction to when I said Kate.
No,
I have a reaction to when I say Kate, and and Marissa walks in as we're leaving. A couple of Ben Wiley, who used to do.
Literally everyone was there then from the WhatsApp chat. Most of
everybody.
Ben's there. Chesh, Andy, yeah, they're all there. Tom shows up.
Ross.
Hoggy, of course, and then Owen, and they're like, "Well, you're new.
Who the fuck is this guy?"
They're new. All right. Then I'm like, I'm getting to the Tollington at 4. I'm not going late because I got people at the Tolly that I got to meet. Jason Davies from ABW, Chris Carpenter from ABW, Simon Collins.
The best looking man.
Simon Collins shows up, and I had an orgasm.
He's so pretty. He's real pretty.
There is not a better looking man on earth than Simon Collins, I think. No, sorry. No, just no. Simon Collins, one of the best.
Solid hairline, stiff jawline.
You know when you meet someone in person, like we've had him on the podcast maybe like 3, 4, 5 times.
He looks like shit when
3,
he's
4,
on the
6, 7.
podcast.
He looks great on the podcast.
No, he looks like shit.
My God, did he look good in person? I instantly texted my wife and I said, "Thank you for 25 years of marriage. I'm done." No, but
James
McNicholas comes in. Ryan Rocastle, Monique Rocastle.
The both of them are sweethearts.
What a fit! I mean, and of course Tom Canton's coming, so he tells his whole pack of admirers.
And I'm sorry, Tom, for doing it.
Yeah, he tells his whole pack of admirers to come over. So we've got like 74 Americans and like Pablo and
Ed
and Rufus and all these
Daniel Roberts.
Daniel Robert from fucking Bird Leno Paradise. It was like head on a swivel stuff.
And then Judges was there.
Well,
he's always there.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Lead judge. Yeah. No, but I mean it was a who's who of people who really don't mean anything to anyone except for each other.
Yeah.
And but like it was great. And honestly, like if anyone stands out from that entire thing, it was fucking Ryan and Monique.
Yeah, 100%.
Just quality people, man.
Yeah.
Who we've talked to online. It's everyone I've been podcasting with for the last 4 years in one place at one time in the flesh, and it really is amazing.
And it's like funny because I know that I don't even like associating. Not that I don't like.
You don't like
associate-
people.
No, I don't like people in general. Mike has found this out. Yeah. But with Ryan and Monique, like it's so easy to cast like, oh, your dad to Ryan and Monique, and they're both
I'm guilty of this.
They're-
I always talk about Ryan
but they're both
as Ryan Rocastle, and he always talks about Ryan as Ryan, and that's the key.
But they're both
Because they're
both their individual people. But what I'll say about them both is that when you watch those videos, everything you love about Rocky, the mannerisms, the humility, the manner in which they carry themselves with respect, they're exactly that. I mean, like if you ever talk about a proud representation of a man that everybody loves, I've never seen anybody carry it in the way they do.
It's not their job to uphold their dad's legacy,
but they do it very well.
They do it magnificently.
I love them.
And I really.
And I'm really, really happy to call Ryan and Monique now friends.
Yeah. No, I mean, and it's just pub life, you know.
Pub life, gangsters.
Pub life.
People.
Yeah. All right. So anyway,
Drunken photographs, mate. Come on.
Enough dropping of names. It was incredible.
We got fucked up.
We drank a considerable number of beers. Then the game. I mean, Steve, the game. Professional podcaster trick right there. The game we went to was the low point of the night.
Yeah.
We had fun before and we had a hell of a lot of fun after, but the game, not so much. Friday?
Can we talk about buying beers before the game?
Yeah.
So we both walk into the
and talk about John too.
Into the Emirates, Steve. And I was at the bar and I said, "Can I?"
No, this is halftime.
No, it's before.
This was before.
Yeah. Oh. And I said, "Can I have 5 pints?" And he was like, "It's one per person, mate." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Can I 5?" And he was like, "Who are they for?" And I was like,
I happened to walk over at that moment.
One for me.
They're not 2 for 1 at the moment.
No,
that ends an hour before the game. This is probably like half an hour before.
Yeah, I says one for me, one for him, and then I turned around and just seen 3 random guys, and I was like, one for him.
He's pointing to people that were like walking out of the fucking stadium, and they gave it to him. And you know, it was 1 for him and 4 for me. And I mean, and I will say this multiple times, but Jack Stevenson, who donates a pair of his own season tickets to our charity.
What a king!
It's
they're the best seats.
It's prize E on goonersvcancer.com.
And
block 32. Literally,
I'll speak for this. All right.
Okay.
Like,
because I've sat in them now 4 times, and I'm fucking jaded and
my 30 plus odd games that I've ever been to, they're by a country mile the best seats I've ever sat in. Like ridiculously good. They're like
you're on the pitch basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually scored the second goal.
Yeah, I actually.
I know you think that it was a penalty from Aubameyang, but and a rebound, but I actually scored that.
Like
goal.
You talk about smelling farts, I was smelling Mikel Arteta's farts.
Yeah. We know what his anus smells like.
Yeah.
Is it right by the tunnel?
It literally, if
you can touch the tunnel,
the seat to the left of the two is against the tunnel where you can put your hand out, and when the tunnel's extended, like it's like a condom. It's like a condom that they extend when the players are walking out, and then they fucking pull it back. When it's extended, you can touch the condom. So the selling point for the seats is you're so close you can touch the condom, and I mean, but it's amazing, and again, I'm spoiled AF. I've sat in those seats now thanks to Jack 3 or 4 times, and it's amazing. But those are the seats that you can win on Gooners versus Cancer. So yeah, I mean, you gotta fucking bid on those mofos if you're from around here or if you're in the States and you plan on coming over.
Let's pull up some photographs.
You will win
And Steve,
and you can do your thing.
You can give us your critiques on these photographs.
Well, I don't know exactly which ones uploaded and which ones didn't, but
the first one's there.
All right, so after the game,
no, this was
we have to lead up to it. No, this
was during the game.
Oh, this is during the game. These guys behind us were not particularly happy with us. One guy, I think, as I actually got up to urinate for the 94th time in the second half, I think he said, "For fuck's sake," which I didn't take as a compliment. But
I've got a friend and his brother that has a season ticket in that sort of area, just behind the dugout.
And he complained to you about us?
No. But they're all sat down. They're all very much, like it's very
prawn sandwichy.
Yes, yeah.
That's what I said.
The thing is, though, it's not like a club level. Like you're still in like the hardcore stadium. So there's no prawn sandwiches. There's no anything.
If you start singing, they're all looking at you like
it's just posh people because they can afford those seats or they've had them for 35 years. Like
they don't want to sit with the ruffians in the North Bank or the Clock End. That's what it is.
No, and you're right next to which is always cool for me. You're right next to the fucking press box.
Yeah.
Where I can go and pick out my friends. Hi James. Hi Charlie. Hey, Wheatley, how you doing? Let's get beers. Yeah. That because that's the kind of cunt that I am. Like trying to, I mean, I don't even care if they see me or not. I just need you to hear me saying
yeah.
But they're great seats. Unbelievable view of the game. The game was phenomenal. Finally, we play like 70 minutes of football instead of 15.
Partey scored.
I made him score.
I couldn't believe that header. Honestly, 45 yards out.
Yeah. I mean, if his header had gone into Rosette, I would not have been surprised. But it went into the goal.
He had a couple of real close shots on Monday, and I was just like, he's scoring Friday. I wish I would have put money on it because he was 12-1 to score any time.
Would you to score any time?
To score any time, he was 12-1.
I mean, honestly, as crazy as it's gotten with him not breaking his duck, 12-1 to score any time, not just for the first goal. That's a bet you got to make every single game.
I've got a good question for Steve. And Steve, this is something that I was asking everybody before the match, and I didn't realize how much I would have been. I was on side with the crowd on the night, but like Emi Martinez got a real stinker of a reception.
We talked about that.
I'm glad.
He's like, is he going to get booed? Is he going to get cheered? I'm like, I think he's going to get booed.
And I booed him. I think he's
know if it would. I'm like, I don't think it'll be like 60,000 boos, but I think you'll hear the boos more than the cheers. Because you know what? Fuck that guy.
The thing is, I see a lot of stuff on Twitter earlier on and yesterday. Why, people, why don't you just leave Martinez alone? He won us an.
Why doesn't he leave us alone?
Why is he Britney Spears?
And it's just like leave
Britney alone.
Britney Spears.
She lost her grandmother. But it's like if he wasn't coming out every other week and moaning about Arsenal. When I was in the academy, the kit man forgot my name. When I was at that's
because you changed it, Damien.
Yeah, you changed it from Damien to fucking Emmy. What the fuck is Vic Akers supposed to do, man?
It's like if he didn't come out and stop being a fucking bitch, people would have clapped him. They would have said, "Yeah, thank you, cheers."
There's a way to
whether they like Leno or not.
Yeah. There is a way to leave the club, and there's a way not to leave the club.
And
the way he left the club,
he
initially was fine.
But he would have got lauded if he hadn't said all that shit. He would have been praised by every fan.
100%.
He would have been praised by OnlyFans. He would have been praised by OnlyFans.
What's OnlyFans?
I don't know.
Well,
no, but he brought it on himself, and the perfect storm of. I mean, I saw a tweet today. It was very understated, and I don't think it was original. But like this whole argument between Emmy and Leno.
Oh,
They
what
both-
Emmy?
they
The
both-
battle between they
Yeah,
both lost. Ramsdale
they both
won.
lost.
Yeah,
They both lost because Ramsdale.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
He's better than you.
Oh,
He's better than you.
yeah. Last night he's better than. Oh,
Have you got more photographs?
I knew he was going to save that penalty, though. I'm so glad he
I
got
knew-
the
I knew he
replay.
He's
was
so
too.
good at that.
I knew he was.
Fucking knew he would.
So we're so all right. So we leave our. I mean, look. When it comes to proper fans, there's no one more proper than us.
Yeah.
But we did leave in like the 40th minute to go get beers.
Not sandwiches though.
Not sandwiches. There were no prawns. I might have had a scampi, but no. That was tonight. So we go get beers, 5 of them, in fact.
With John,
and
the most beautiful human being in the world.
John is attractive. But before
Taller than I thought.
But before that, the penalty arrives. The penalty arrives. You know, and so we're watching it. Yeah, the penalty is administered at the 45th minute, maybe. Like we're on the concourse watching it.
Yeah.
And you know, we have this choice: do we like run back in and try to see it, or do we just act like men and watch it on the concourse?
Lads.
Which we did. Proper lads. Lads till we die.
I'd rather have a dark fruit than a white.
Yeah, I've got a family, and and so we saw it, and I'm like, this is what he does, Emmy. He saves penalties, and what I didn't see, and tell me whether you saw this, because we were in the midst of like the mania. He goes out to handshake Aubameyang before the kick to like throw him off his game, and Lacazette gets in the middle. Like,
Yeah,
what was shown on TV? What was shown? Because you're a Placky and you weren't at the game.
Yeah,
what did you see on television?
Half a fan.
Yeah.
As a Placky, what did you see?
If you can even remember the names of the players.
Yeah. I mean, 14 and 9 did something, if that helps you.
So he went up towards Aubameyang and Lacazette was just telling him to fuck off basically, and then Mike Dean, because who was it? It was John Moss, wasn't it?
It couldn't have been Mike Dean because
he was telling him to get out the way, and Martinez was trying to then get back over, and it was all just a bunch of push.
I mean,
Steve, how good was it to see Martinez buckle down and cry like
when he started crying? I was on Xbox with a mate of mine, and because I was like, fucking, come on, and I was like, fuck. It's like, no, Martinez is going to save this, and then they started.
Packy, ain't
then when he started crying, I was like, fuck you, yeah, fuck you, you fucking this, that, and everything else. And my mate was like, I'm guessing he conceded, and I'm like, fucking yeah. I mean, he's an Everton fan, so he was probably the same today.
Is it worse? Is it worse?
Sorry, can I just say DWT? It's an open
Gary.
mic. Gary, it's an open mic show.
Gary, join us, man.
Yeah, so it's the link is.
If you're not nude, just come to GoonerOpenMic.com.
And if you are nude, just
really come to that. Man.
Just put a sock on it.
Yeah. GoonerOpenMic.com.
I mean, I'm not wearing pants. Like,
well, nor were you the last time I saw you. So
neither are we.
I was. Come on.
You weren't wearing a shirt though.
No, because I was getting changed. But
I think you were waiting for me to see you.
I couldn't wear the same sweaty shirt home.
All right.
More photographs and videos.
So, well,
it's got CCTV set up.
all the photographs we have are of the one thing though, so we can't keep skipping to that. We have to build to that gradually.
Yeah. Anyway, so Martinez, yeah, he fucked it and then started crying, and I was so chuffed.
So amazing. Yeah, I mean, is it worse? Is it more embarrassing if you're a keeper going against your old team with all the baggage? Is it worse to save a penalty and then concede, or was it worse to not have saved the penalty at all?
To save and then concede.
I mean,
I think
I'm not a student of.
I'm sorry, he didn't walk out with any shit on his shoes. Like Emi Martinez held himself.
Yeah, he was fine.
He was brilliant.
No, I mean he didn't fucking spill a couple goals.
Still
for
conceded
us.
3 though.
Well, he did, but like that wasn't his fault.
He's conceded more than Leno has this season.
Well, he had, and yeah, and ESR scored more than Sancho has this season.
Yeah.
Who out of every see that back 5, Steve? Like Nuno Tavares slotting in there for Kieran Tierney. That was
there is a controversy already starting now.
That was a position that everybody thought was nailed on. Do you think that Nuno was within a shout? A lot of people are here as well talking about the potential of moving to a back 3 with Kieran Tierney as
I thought we would have done that. Apparently, Kieran Tierney had an injury, had a knock. I would like to see that. I would personally. I would like to see like a 5-5-3-2 maybe, or a 5-2-1-2. So still have Saka.
No.
Oh, sorry, not Saka. But yeah, I would have Saka on as right wing back. Have Nuno, have Kieran Tierney in. Unfortunately, that means probably dropping Tomiyasu. But then saying that, I mean, Tomiyasu could also play in a back 3. So do you give Tierney a rest completely and play that back 3 with Nuno and Saka as a right wing back? Because you can't drop Saka. I mean, Saka needs a rest, yes, but you can't drop him. You keep Smith Rowe in as a 10. You play Aubameyang and Lacazette up top. You have your Lokonga and your Partey in the middle.
All of a sudden, we got options.
Yeah. Well, we've had options for a while. We just haven't needed them.
Well, or we haven't seen that it might actually help us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, So we're gonna bring on someone else. I mean, this is an open mic situation. We got Gary joining us. Gary's in the States.
Hey, with the green screen.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, look at that green screen. What is that in the background there?
That's it's called The Night at Highbury, 1951.
Oh, it's the night at Highbury
that's
right
my
now.
screensaver on my laptop.
Look at that. Yeah.
The Night at Highbury 2021.
Yeah, I got the night. Yeah, I got this is me shirtless in Highbury.
No, nobody wants to see that.
Speaking of being shirtless in Highbury.
Yeah, speaking of being shirtless, we have another nude person. Danny, why are you naked?
I'm in bed.
3:30 a.m.
Yeah, but so you're in bed, but you didn't have to come on the podcast in bed. I mean, I'm glad you did, but I'm 4 days from spending some FaceTime with this guy.
Like actual face to face.
Yeah, we're
physically face to face.
We're gonna spoon.
Touch face.
What are we gonna do? Are we going out for dinner or something? I've got the local pub does a lovely dinner, or do you wanna go out and see the village and see my ducks and swans?
I want to see whatever you want to show me that isn't your body. I want to come and get the whole Danny experience. Sorry, Gary, that we kind of like.
Gary's just thinking, what
this just took a turn. This just took a turn.
Yeah, but we'll come back to you. But so yeah, I'm gonna go to God Manchester on Thursday, and I'm gonna be like, God, this isn't Manchester. And
did you drink off milk?
Remember, it's the train to Peterborough, not the train to Cambridge.
Yeah, you've told me that 97 times.
I told Jeff that from Canada, and he still ended up in fucking St. Ives.
That's because he's from Canada. I'm not that. I know stuff. I know.
Talk to Gary. Gary's more interesting than me.
Well, all right. So Gary, what are Danny and I going to do when I go visit Danny on Thursday?
You gotta shave each other's backs.
I'm gonna get that beard trimming thing, and I'm gonna shave my back with it. All right, so we're still going through
the motion. Yeah.
But in doing so, we're still talking about the game. After the game on Friday, it's a whole other conversation.
I want to ask Danny about a particular person, Chris Carpenter. Danny,
little Chris. Chris.
I was just gonna say he's got the build of a Barbie girl. I didn't know whether I wanted to like hug him or fuck him.
The outfit that he wore could not have been more what I thought he would wear.
Yeah.
Well, if you'd have checked in his backpack, he does come with a change of clothing if you do ever want to change him.
So did I.
He comes complete with a change of
So
clothing.
did I on Monday.
Change of clothing and double A battery not included.
That's it. And if you squeeze him, he wets himself.
What I mean, the way he was dressed was. I mean, you've seen pictures on my Twitter account. I'm not going to put them up on the pod, but very interesting young man.
Wait, and we've got another one to talk about here, Danny. And boys, you can weigh in on this.
All right, good.
No, Simon Connings.
Oh, what
I
a
mean,
good-looking man that he
Have you
is.
ever I feel like apologizing to my missus for being so shit. When I
We
met
all thought that he got to the top in journalism because he's a good journalist. It's not. It's because he's a good-looking bastard.
Yeah.
He's leapt his way to the top.
He's been on the pod, and I'm like, that's a good-looking guy. And then I saw him in person. I'm like,
What was your exact
what
words?
is Brad Pitt doing here?
You were like, I never thought I would turn gay for another dude.
No, my exact words were, why is my penis in his anus?
Oh my God, he's taking it there. How long have you spent with Mike Owen? Is he as annoying as I imagine he is?
He's worse. It's like, I always, do you know, like an ear, like you've got an earache, you know, where it's like just constant. That's like, he's at the start, you're like, this isn't too bad, this is fine. But by like R6, R7, you're like, kill me.
What he found out though is that I just pretend to drink. It's not actual beer.
But can you see why Andy fucked off and hasn't come back now?
Yeah, I in fact, the way I described Mike, it was like,
the best thing that ever happened.
I was like, you're much more Jewish than I expected.
Oh, it's that kind of sleepover, is it? I see.
I thought he wasn't as Jewish as I was expecting because we had.
Steve!
See,
that's too much information. Too much information, Steve.
I'm a chameleon.
Sorry,
I adapt to my environment.
I'm so sorry for taking it. It's like Steve's like, Mike's like, Steve, just close your eyes and guess how Jewish I am.
All right. Gary.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's why he didn't sort me out.
4-4-2 or 3-5.
Gary, I love you. So last night's game, because we're not gonna, we'll then talk about what happened afterwards because we have some photographic and
you should remind us of how good we were because what was the thing that we said to each other while watching the game?
We said all right.
Do you have to close one eye while watching?
What I said was the seats we're in belong to somebody who I respect greatly. He has had these seats for decades, and if we're so fucked up that we're acting like absolute jackasses, he's going to lose his membership, and we're going to be to blame. So I think we behaved a little bit, but it was hard to behave during that game with all the fucking amazing stuff that Arsenal was doing. I mean, better that. Which game did you enjoy better? Taking aside, Gary. Spurs versus Villa, and which means more. Which game do you think was better from a
performance
1 to 90 standpoint?
Yeah.
No, this is the best one we've had all season. I mean, the best one we've had all season. I mean, we did dip a little bit in the second half, and that's to be expected. They made changes, right, which switched things up a little bit for them, and they benefited from it, from the goals that they scored and the shots that they actually took. But in general, we continued the same way. You know, we put pressure on them. We played 90 minutes. They were going to respond, and they did.
Even Spurs was just a 45 minute.
Yeah.
No, and that wasn't even. That was like 35 minutes actually. Yeah. Think about it. It was even less.
And Donnie, I was going to throw that over to you. That's something that I think it was Elliot, maybe somebody on the Arsenal Vision podcast said we're like a punk rock team, you know, like Jurgen Klopp had the heavy metal football, whereas Arsenal are a punk rock team. And
live fast, die young.
Yeah, we're short and sweet. Everything's done within
like Chris.
Minutes. Yeah. Well, he's going to live forever, that cunt. But what is it? Why do you think that we can't sustain that pressure or that style that we've seen against Spurs for a half hour, and then tonight Aston Villa for about 70 or 80 minutes. What is it that you?
And do you think we can get there to where we do that?
Yeah,
Can
sustain
I
that for a
just-
full
can I
90.
just butt in
You
quick?
said doo doo.
Just gonna butt in quick. You think
That's
of our
disgusting, Gary. Why
our
would you
big
change this?
wins, our big wins and good performances in recent years. You know, games like when we beat Liverpool and Alexis Sanchez scored that free kick, and the 3-0 against United, and the 3-0 against. Did we beat Chelsea 3-0? Well, I can't even remember, but they're all like first halves. We come out the blocks, we smash it, and then we sit back. And I think it's been a thing with Arsenal for a while now. I don't think it's necessarily. I know you didn't allude to it, but I don't think it's like an Arteta thing or a specific Arsene Wenger or an Emery. I think it's just. I don't know. I think it's because of the state of our squad generally, and even in recent years, we've got certain players that will run all day, and then we got others that are constantly battling with injuries. I don't think for the last probably 5, 6, 7 years we've got the overall stamina within the squad.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I was thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, Danny has gotten young looking.
No, it's if you remember the Fast Show, hashtag the new Arsenal started at the beginning of this season, and we are a new Arsenal. We've got new players, we've got new ideas, and if you've seen the Fast Show, it's much like making love to a beautiful woman. At first, you do things wrong, you stick it in the wrong hole, and you bite the wrong things, and you put the nipple clamps on the wrong way round, and then slowly, game by game, you get your rhythm right, and you know it's boobs first, only polite. It goes for boys and girls, because some boys have boobs. And it's just building on it. We can actually see the progress over the last 5 games. Forget the first 3 games of the season, but apart from that, we see the progress of Arsenal improving game by game, and they are learning. Who'd have thought we'd have learnt our lessons from Crystal Palace 4 days later against Aston Villa? He learnt lessons.
Yeah, but Danny, the problem is I always reckon that like the way I described this to Mike earlier was when I used to do boxing, there was these guys that trained really well, they did quite well in a fight, and then afterwards they thought, "Fuck, I'm Jack the Lad," and then the next fight camp they don't train that well, and then they get beat, and that's where. And for me, that's where Arsenal is. We do quite well, and then they almost seem to walk across the white line the next week saying, "Fuck, we're just good now." And they forget what got them there.
Right. It's like they're like, okay, well, we did that against Spurs, and 2 weeks later, Brighton's going to come out, and we'll just do the same thing. You have to retrain.
Yeah.
You can't just build off of it with no additional.
You have to remember what got you there. And do you think that that's an Arteta problem, or do you think that that's a player's problem?
I think it's a combination of both. You've got 11 different people you've got to get a tune out of. And if you're trying to get a tune out of all 11 people at the same time, some days you're only going to get it out of, most of the season, it's been the back 5 we've got a decent tune out of. Partey seems to be every other game. Aubameyang, we're getting a regular good tune out of him. He's doing his job. And then it's eventually everything is going to come together. And you can see it. We're going to go on already. We've gone on a run of 7 games unbeaten, 4 clean sheets. Aubameyang is scoring. Lacazette's coming on and doing the stuff. I mean, I was saying to the bloke who delivered my food tonight, he's only 21, he's an Arsenal fan, and I said, just imagine Saka in 2 or 3 years' time.
This sounds like a romance, like.
Oh, he's a lovely bloke. I'd have set him up with my shot.
Will I be meeting him on Thursday?
I don't know. No, we won't get takeout. I'll go for the expensive stuff. Do you know where we're going to go? Is really we've got to do a podcast as well, so I don't know what we do. So I said, look at all the fuck ups Saka makes. Magnificent player, magnificent game. But the number of times he had a shot that went miles over, or he didn't look to see who else was laying somebody else on. And Smith Rowe, later on this season and next season, they won't be doing that. And if those two would have been the kind of player they're going to be in the coming year or so, we'd have got 7 past Villa. So everything is just a matter of taking time.
Do you think, lads, and anybody can jump in this, and for me, looking on at them, they're like I think Saka and Emile Smith Rowe are like the Rocky and Righty of of this team.
That's high praise.
Yeah, in terms of like connection with each other, connection with the fan base, the fact that everybody's behind them.
I mean, they didn't grow up together, I don't think. Well, they kind of did.
Of course
in
they did.
the academy, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
They weren't plucked off the estates.
And I just reckon there's a similarity between them. And
I hope so, because, I mean, we need that kind of a fucking love story.
Of a
fucking goddamn love story and shit.
Well, it wasn't just Whitey and Rocastle. It would have been the likes of Tony Adams, Mickey Thomas, Gus Caesar, Martin Keown, because he was part of all that lot, and then he left.
Yeah, but he fucked off and then come back.
That's a romantic story that has a lot to do with where they grew up.
Yeah,
like I don't know that you'll ever like repeat that again. But because players that play for Arsenal now are plucked from all over the world. I think,
in fact, that Emile Smith-Rowe and Saka grew up in football more so than Rocky and Righty.
Well, look. Here's the question: would you rather Saka and Smith-Rowe be playing for Arsenal at age 30, or would you rather sell them and be like, okay, well, we won a league because of the players that we brought in? I'm not saying they have to be mutually exclusive.
Could you trust them to spend the money correctly?
Well,
I want to go out and buy a
The problem though is that those are two scenarios that could happen, but also the other scenario is that in a couple of years that they decide that, you know what, this isn't the right place for me, because it's, you know what, I am now, I've hit my my potential, right? Yeah. And the team hasn't.
Well, what about this, Gary? What about 80 million comes in January for Emile Smith-Rowe?
This team won't use that money correctly. So I would be scared if they got that money, because I think they would just waste it.
Another Pepe.
We've already, to some degree we did it with Pepe, and now some will say we probably did it with White, because there were probably other better options.
Ben Wright has been very good.
Sorry, no, I'm not saying he's not.
80 million pounds on the beers at halftime last night.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that White isn't good. I'm saying that is he worth 50 to? Is 50 good money for us, Arsenal, today?
We'll find out in 4 years.
Yeah, it's the thing. I don't want to wait 4 years, right?
It's always about return investments. And Steve, if somebody was to come in for Pepe, I think that, like, in my opinion, I like him as a chaos factor, but in terms of the consistency and output, he isn't worth the investment that we obviously threw into that ring. Well, like, what is the return that you would expect to see from Nicola Pepe now if he was to leave the club?
I think if realistically, if sort of 35-40 million came in for Pepe, I think we should take it, simply because even though I think generally he's probably worth a bit more than that, the longer he's at the club and the longer his contract runs down, the less we're gonna return. And if we say, I will give it next season, and next season he's still inconsistent and he's still not as good, then we'll struggle to get 35-40 million as he approaches his last year or two. So
I don't see him as being bad.
No, I like Pepe. I like Pepe. I don't think he's ever worth the 72.
Well, no, and that's a sunk cost. We have to stop calling him the 72 million pound
player. That's his legal name. Mike.
It is
72 million pound Nicola Pepe.
Yeah, it is. And
what I will say is, when you look at a player like Sancho, and I know Sancho's a couple of years younger, Sancho was similar money, sort of 70-80 million, and stats wise, Sancho wasn't anywhere near as good as Pepe was when Pepe was at was it Lille? Yeah. So obviously Sancho's English. Man United are always going to overpay. If they
you can waste money on a lot of people. Yeah.
So no, I like Pepe. I think he is a good player. He does bring something that other players don't. But if we were to sell him for 35-40 million and then go and...
I think you'd be lucky to get that back.
I think you would be. But, like, look.
20, I think.
You have to start looking at Pepe and say, do we have better players that can play in that?
20 million, I wouldn't even entertain.
Yeah, Real Martinelli.
You have to start looking at Pepe and saying, do we have better players who are keeping him on the lineup? Is Martinelli better than him?
Is Danny Sweetman better than him?
Is Danny Sweetman better? Is Saka better than him? Is Smith Rowe better than him? Is and if the answer is yes, then we have to stop.
I quite
calling
like
it
Reece
72
Nelson,
million pounds.
I think if Reece Nelson had a run in the side,
He might have been better than him.
I wouldn't say better, but I think he would offer something similar in terms of the way he likes to dribble, the way he likes to shoot a goal.
Yeah,
football fans need to get over they need to learn the sunk cost fallacy. I mean, look it up. The sunk cost fallacy is when you continue.
Is that a part of the body of a female?
No, that's the Mike Feinberg phallus.
Oh, sorry.
No, the sunk cost fallacy is when you continue to wrongfully apply value to something that's already been consumed. Like I mean,
you're thinking that we should amortization him every season. We should go. He's a 54 million player. This season he's a 32 million pound player. I'll tell you what's going to happen to him.
I'm not even thinking that. I'm thinking his transfer fees are relevant.
That's easy for you to say.
Well, his transfer fees are relevant, and whatever his wages are might actually be more relevant than what his transfer fee was. And if he's not the best player for that position, then let's not play him. I think he's talented, and I'd love to see him in the squad more, but not at the expense of Saka, not at the expense of.
He's not Arteta's man. So,
speaking of talented lads, I think we should move on to this. Okay,
you really want to get
because we're coming on towards an hour and 20 minutes now, and I think that I want to go to bed. And I think that we should. I think that we should get the lads' opinion on this. So, obviously, last night I'll let you tell the story, Mike.
I don't remember the story.
It was relatively uneventful after we went home. So myself and Ola,
Ola, missed his last train back to Leicester, and I think that was by design. He crashed on my couch. And so we get back.
Steve Warrington, he crashed on his couch.
I mean, I've had more men pass through my.
Whoa.
Okay.
Easy.
All right. And so something bad happened.
Arsene Wenger handpicked everything in Highbury apparently, even after the refurbishment.
Yeah, and so I had a bit of a mishap. The chair was not good.
Can I get it?
Yeah. Hold on. Apparently, if you sit on one of these chairs at Highbury, they will not treat you appropriately. And so this
fixable?
Why I'm holding a fucking bog roll, I have no idea. I was holding. This is the official. Yeah. So yeah. Everyone's favorite moment last night is apparently me falling and decimating a chair in Highbury, and it was not my greatest moment. Let's just put it that way.
And the best thing, do you want to know what I love about the Arsenal fan base?
That's me. Nice legs, by the way.
Yeah, what a shin.
It's
like what you do, put Mr. Sheen on that thing.
I mean, don't ask me what that red shit is on both of my shins, and why I'm despite the fall, I did manage to hold on to the paper towels.
I love how the legs have just went, fuck.
Oh God, damn. And yes,
that's the story of your life, isn't it?
But
legs.
Lads, do you want to know what
Steve, were you upset that you missed that? Because that didn't.
I'm upset that you didn't part my legs. Yeah.
Oh.
You were here and I didn't. You were here and I didn't fall through a chair. Do you feel like I'm like I'm giving more to Owen than I gave to you?
You nearly burnt us down. Like
that was my thing for Monday, and I have a different thing for Friday, and next week I'm gonna
freeze everyone.
I'll probably shit myself.
But lads, do you want to know what I love? All right, and it's about the creativity of the Arsenal fan base, and this picture was taken and it was run with. So let's see some of the highlights, Mike.
Well, yeah, I think good old Sebi decided to put this into a Macho Man montage.
It's
And the
so
greatest-
good.
the greatest
so
thing of-
good.
The greatest thing about this is
He flipped.
he flipped it, because if you look at the original picture, the
Uh,
fucking Bogwell's in like it's this picture, but he flips it to that because like he
This goes better.
he must have sat there and be like, no, I think if I flip it, Mike will look more susceptible to the
An elbow drop.
to the elbow drop from Macho Man Randy Savage, and so that's what I'm gonna do.
Macho man.
Oh my god, it's great. So all right, so this has been. I mean, look, I'm on day 13. I think I'm here for another 4.5 months, and I'm having fun. Going to be seeing the next time you see me will probably be on a Burkamp Wonderland, because Danny, I'm coming, bro.
I'm coming in you.
This
Coming to you.
this is the reason I told you I'm coming Thursday instead of Monday, because there was no way I'm tomorrow after this, or what is it? Tomorrow's not even. Tomorrow we're gonna go to more football.
Are you going to the Leeds game?
No, we're going to West Ham Spurs tomorrow.
Who will you hammers?
With a buddy of mine from home who's an expat who loves West Ham, and we will be rooting for West Ham tomorrow. Come on, you Fabianskis. and then Thursday I'll be off to see you, Steve. You're lovely as always.
I'll be seeing you at Watford.
Oh yeah, we are going to Watford together.
Yes.
The question is whether we need 2 or 3 tickets to get us both.
We need two. I'll stand sideways.
He sounded like me.
Yeah. All right. We got 2. We got 2
need
tickets.
two. We just get 2. Just get 2.
We'll get 2.
I'll stand sideways. I'm good.
Today at Crystal Palace, we actually paid a guy to move, so that the 3 of us could sit together. And then
When are you going back, Owen?
What am I? Oh, I ain't going back tomorrow evening.
He's a lightweight.
He can't take it anymore.
No, I'm good.
He's supposed to go back tomorrow evening, but he's actually leaving in 10 minutes. He's like, I'm done. Can't do it anymore.
He can't keep
We'll
up
have to
with it.
leave in 10 minutes if he's going to get the overground from Highbury and Islington.
Well, he talked about like drinking the entire time he was here, and he's been the biggest.
You're such a shit.
You. All right. So anyway, it's been a pleasure. It's been fun.
Award.
And look, this is what we do. We podcast when we want. We podcast
win
when we
awards
want. We win awards when we want. And hey, if you've been in the chat, Ion, Cy, Ray, Phil down in Florida, I love you, mate. I'll see you soon. Gary, thanks for joining us. Ramon, James, Johnstone, who went to bed. Never go to bed, dude. Just don't go to bed.
And Danny for not going to bed.
And Danny never goes to bed.
And Steve.
Danny goes to bed at like 9 a.m. Danny and I are on the same timeline when I'm in the States.
That's so true. I didn't get out of bed today till 6 p.m.
Yeah, that was about the same time. The positives of that video I did for Gooners versus Cancer, the one where everyone's like talking about stuff,
is you.
But the one comment I keep getting is, why is that guy naked?
It's like Alan Smith and fucking Perry Groves and
look who the hell is up at
John Smith
at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. We're gonna wait for a couple days and find out whether John gave us COVID or not.
Yeah, apparently John is a super spreader.
Yeah, I hope you're feeling all right. We are scared off of our tits right now, waiting on your news, because we did have oral
interactions with John.
Oral interactions, as in we spoke to each other.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
But John, love you. Another guy who, again, we've met through the podcast, we met through the charity. Frankly, actually, we met him through the charity and then the podcast.
He's a gentleman.
Loved him. Love your son Max.
But he's a
Love your
copper.
son's friend Max. He's a copper. Should have probably taken us into custody.
Yeah.
Last night.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I'm gonna take Owen into custody as soon as we go offline. And Steve, Danny, I love you. Thank you, Gary. And let's finish off with.
What the fuck? John says he's in hospital. That's not good.
Oh no, that's not good. Fucking hell. This has been the final Gooners podcast because in about 5 days I'm apparently gonna pass away. So, all right. Honestly, John, I hope you're feeling all right, man. Okay, no, you're good. All right, good. My wife's gonna be so mad if I die, and she's also gonna be really rich if I die. So yeah. Anyway, next time we'll see what we're doing. I don't know, and I clearly don't know how to end a podcast. So I'm trying to find the fucking video.
Down, up,
and come on, you Gooners.